Welcome back to Inside Sources. Today, I'm opening the show with a conversation with the National Secretary of the Social Democratic Party, who most people will recall was also the foundation, that's the inaugural Corps Marshal of the FRSC in 1988 up until 1992. He was also a former university lecturer. I'd like to welcome to Inside Sources Dr. Agunloye. It's good to see you on Inside Sources. Welcome, Prof.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, good, good. So, it's a conversation on the future of our country. But we have to pause that because there's something that is happening at the moment. This declaration of the state of emergency in Rivers State, and then the sacking of the governor and the entire legislature. What's your own take on this?
Personally, this is a very disappointing moment for me. It's a sad moment. But I'd like to tell you that my party has an official position on it. So I'll tell you that. Right. And I'll tell you my own personal opinion. My party's opinion on this is that action of the president is unconstitutional and really unwarranted. And above all, it appears that government or the president of government did not think it deeply, think it through. Okay? It was like hurriedly done and hastily done and badly done. It may have consequences, I don't know. But my own personal view, that there are three players here, okay, and none of them did well. One is Wike himself. Second one is Fubara. Third one is their father, President of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yeah. They didn't handle this thing well at all, from beginning throughout until that last position. Okay, because president should have been in a position, whether they are in the same party or not. As an elder, as a senior to them, and holding senior position, commanding position on both of them, should have. I mean, this is political. It happens every day. Okay, we saw it happen even between that Wike and his father at that time. Right. So, but let's move to why we were.
Exactly. While at it, we're going to move. I wanted to also say that what I found very confounding about it is the idea of an elected president. I am really worried, that even if the president got to the point that I think that, look, I can't take this anymore, then the next thing to do is to remove a governor and a state legislator. I just find that, because what signal does it send about our democracy? And then what signal does it send about our federation? We are a federal government. Independent people came together to form a federal unit, elected their leaders in the subnationals. And this is how you remove leaders in the subnational. I just find it very, very worrying, Dr. Gray.
I'm worried more about the implications of it. Okay, but I'm also convinced that we may not have seen the end of it. Okay, then the president could not have acted by himself alone.
Certainly.
So all those who goaded him or advised him or assured him also did not do well.
Okay, so let's just hope. Let's hope for the best. But I wanted to ask you, the SDP seems to have become the beautiful bride, of a lot of the opposition politicians, a lot of speculation after the defection of former governor of Kaduna State from APC to SDP, and then quite a lot of other people we've heard about former Vice President Atiku, former presidential candidate of LP, Mr. Peter Obi, and a large number of eminent politicians. So I wanted to ask you, tell us, what's the real thing, what's happening in SDP?
This is the season for it. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
We saw this in 2014, we saw it in 2017, we saw it in 2021. We're seeing it now, okay?
True.
But this appears to be more, and this bright aspect of it had always been there. In 2015, 2017, there was tendency for SDP. And I can tell you that two things are clear as the reason for this. One, government has not done well. Nigeria is not where it's expected to be. Nigeria is not where you want it to be,
Clearly.
or where even President Tinubu himself wanted it to be, or thinks it should be. Okay? And things have been getting worse and worse. So naturally, people are actually anxious to see if we can jump on the bandwagon for a change of the narrative and a change of government. Okay? And then now, but what makes SDP a bride? That is what we have been working on for years. That is what our elders, Father and other people left us with, handed over to us. The brand is good.
Yeah.
Us.
That was the MKO brand.
Us. Apart from being MKO, there's another reason. Okay? MKO, one is election.
Yes.
Okay? But they did not declare. Then our former president came and gave us reasons recently.
Yes, recently,
okay?
yeah.
Then now SDP is in 774 local governments in Nigeria.
So basically every local government.
Then in some of the local governments, even in the remote north, if you sing the old song that they used to sing for SDP of the other day, all of them will come out.
Respond.
Okay? Then the symbol of horse is good everywhere. Show of strength.
Yeah.
Show of purity, because this is a white horse.
Yeah.
Okay? And show of respect. Okay? And it's easy to understand.
So, can you confirm to us the people that have shown interest besides former governor of Kaduna State, or the people that Nigerians should expect will be trailing or rushing to SDP?
What I must confess to you,
yes,
the person who can do that, okay, correctly, is the national chairman.
Okay.
Okay, is the one who spoke to this. There's a long list. Okay, so when they asked me, I said that even Julius sister spoke to us that Tafawa Balewa is going to come. Okay, but I know that Mustafa had come because he came to the office to collect a membership card.
Okay.
El Rufai had come, and a couple of his former commissioner, a couple of his had come. And then, but I can't build on the speculation. I'm secretary of the party. If your name is not on our book, you have come, but you have not entered. Okay? So, and I know that I receive a lot of calls, because when you go on internet, you find my name is there, my number. Several people call and say that I don't know El Rufai, but because El Rufai came, I want to come. Okay, some people say, oh, El Rufai and I were this and this, and so it's bringing me along. So there's some effect, but it goes beyond that. We need to get organized. We need to settle issues that will not make us become counterproductive. And if we do that, okay, just imagine, for instance, Peter Obi, Atiku, Rufai, Bafarawa, and if they come on the same platform.
Is it true that
you have to
balance it somewhere, find a way?
You have to do something.
But before we get to that,
scatter.
I want to explore that. But before we get to it, there are also rumors that people like Kwakwanso, and have you also had the speculation?
I had speculation, but I said that I can never. If you want on that, you have to invite my chairman here.
Okay.
Okay, but for me, I can only refer to those who
have already. Okay.
But our books are open, our gates are open. So if all of them want to come, we will take them.
Okay, all right. So I want us to have a discussion about the kind of political tension that you will have if you have Peter Obi, Atiku, Kwakwanso, Bafarawa. You know, how you guys intend to manage that. I want to come to that. But before we get to that, I wanted to also ask you. You've been in the news yourself. You know, lately, you know, just before this defection, this decade of defection and the speculations around it, you know, that you wrote a petition to the Inspector General of Police, you know, about attempts to get you out of the party or to force you to resign, you know, and of course, it ended up in the media. I think I even read a place where you confirmed that, yes, you did indeed write the petition. Do you want to tell us what is really going on, Dr. Agunloye?
I'm amused because the explanation that me myself have read, I got amused. But it is true that I petitioned the IG, okay? And I petitioned the IG in a way that the IG himself cannot say I didn't see it. I got a lawyer who wrote to the IG and took it to the office of the IG, got it registered. Okay, and the IG gave us acknowledgement copy on Friday, 7th of March. That is 3 days before El-Rufai joined us. So it has nothing to do with El-Rufai. It also has nothing to do with you want to remove me, you don't want to remove me. In politics, that is what we do each time. I'm trying to unseat you so that my brother can be there or so I can be there. And then even if you go to police will say it does not concern them. There's nothing they can do about that. Okay? But I petitioned because my life was threatened. Crime was committed. Okay? And anybody can commit crime. Member of APC can come and try to hurt me. Member of SDP to SDP, people in my office can try to do that. Okay? So, and then this had been persistent from January.
Wow.
Okay? From January. And in February, it was so terrible, okay, that when I come to the office, I must make sure somebody follows me so that people don't strangle me when I'm alone in my office. So it's not okay. Okay. They held a meeting and they confronted me sometimes in January. Then after that, the national chairman himself intervened. He said, "Oh, don't worry. I don't know why they are doing so. They should not do that to you, but ignore them."
Who are they?
Two people, especially the chairman of the SDP chairman of Plateau State, Abubakar Dogara, and the chairman of Nasarawa State, Musa Danlami.
So they actually came to your office?
Oh, yes. Okay, and they said they were acting on behalf of other people and other chairmen and so on. But Shehu Gaban, who is our chairman, is also my friend. Right. Okay, and I can say my family member because they don't burn me for Fulani, but we on Saturday, Sunday, after office, during office, I can go to his house and eat my lunch. Okay, so and he intervened and said that he scolded them. They shouldn't have done that. Okay.
And what they were trying to do was to try to ask you to leave the party.
They tried to frighten me, to harass me, to threaten me, so that I can say, what will we do for this job or I leave? Okay. And they are also asking me, leave this job because you are doing trial. The trial that I'm doing is not for offense committed during my tenure. It's offense committed before you were born.
And you were allegedly.
For useless offense being roped on me, for which I'm disappointed that you should have been on my defense to say this is okay. But it is. That was not the point. The point was that I was being threatened. I was being harassed. Okay? So after the chairman intervened on their behalf, I thought everything was okay until they came again, okay? This time now with a letter.
Oh, wow.
So they wrote me a letter, resign, they harassed me, and so on, threatened me. Then 4 days later, the chairman intervened again. Okay? Because the chairman told me, ignore the first one, I ignored it. They did this one. I allowed the ignore of the chairman the first time to see me prevalent.
Right.
I didn't do anything.
Right.
So then the chairman intervened again. So they told me they were going to write letter, and I said, don't write letter. Why are you writing letter? Blah, blah, blah. But they have written letter, please ignore it. This is stupid, ignore it. I ignored it again. Okay? In fact, when they came that second time, I thought they came to beg me for the
previous
of the
previous threat.
Previous time. So, but the chairman said ignore it. I ignored it. Chairman intervened for the second time, for the third time. I said ignore it. I ignore it. Okay. Until they came back again on the 25th of February to harass me, to give me another letter. And those letters, when you read them, you will see veiled threat there. You resign in your interest now. You do this. So it's not okay. Then I looked at the letter. They were forged documents. The letter-headed paper is a name that does not exist. In fact, one of them used SDP address, which is my own address, which is the address of the national chairman himself. Okay? Number 17, Nairobi Street, Wuse 2. Okay? This is fraud. He signed it as Secretary General. This is fraud. Okay? So 2 things that are reported to police is 1, harassment and threat to my safety, threat to my life. Because one of the encounters almost became physical.
Wow.
Yes. And then
two of them coming to you.
No, yeah, one.
One of them, okay.
The Abubakar Dogara is just a masterminder.
Okay.
Okay. So I had a encounter with him only on the first time in January.
Right. Okay.
But the persistent one is the Dalami, who comes in every time.
From which state now?
Nasarawa.
Nasarawa.
Okay. He comes into my office. His office is in Nasarawa State. So he comes in to meet me at the
party chairman in Nasarawa.
Yes.
Okay. So Doctor, what do you think is their motive? What's the purpose?
I don't care about the purpose. You want to hurt me, I fight back. Okay. So, because when you are going to that, you are becoming a TB Joshua, who will look at you and say something that tell you what is happening. Well, what's my business with that? You came to me severally to harass me, to threaten me. So I wrote to IG police, about you. So when the IG gets you, if there is any other person, I also told the IG that I don't think he's acting alone. Because sometimes he comes to my office, 2, 3 people, or a number of people I do not know are by my door and behind my door in the corridor.
Loitering around?
Yes. Okay? And the character is in front of me. So you cannot say, let me see or count or take photograph of the people. Okay, so it's what the police has his name and number now. And then now the IG is obliged to take action. Okay.
Yeah. The reason why I asked, and I understand your, explanation about it. The reason why I asked is because, it will seem as if
it looked like that. That's why I'm amused.
That they want to get you out because of the people that are coming.
It may be.
So that they can
but
take your position.
But if they want to get me out, it is mouth that we used to get people out. And we did that 4 years or 8 years ago, 2018, when this kind of swell was coming up. That is how the present national chairman himself came. At that time, with Professor Jerry Ghana, a lot of big men, big names at that time. But we did not consummate it. Okay? And we must not make the same mistakes that we make at that time. Okay? If you all sit down, it's like merging of banks.
Right.
Okay? if you imagine two banks together, they can't have two MGs.
Yeah.
They can't have to. So we'll sit down and know what this bank will leave, what the bank will leave. It's not by sending armed robber to go to one bank manager's place to say, if you don't resign, we go kill you. But it's not correct.
Because I also remember that the SDP presidential candidate in 2023 actually said publicly that you had actually given up the position as the national chairman. When was that?
That was 2022.
Because you are formerly the national chairman of the party.
Yes. But there was no way a presidential candidate can come from the south. Okay.
With you as
the chairman. Yes.
National chairman.
Then when the chairman is from the south, you are giving the signal that you want the president from the north.
From the north, yeah.
Then when now a presidential candidate was coming up from the southwest, where I come from.
Right.
Okay. Then now it cannot work now.
Interesting.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then because we did not want to lose the identity of what we stood for, because this platform is unlike the other platforms. The other platform is, there's no difference. You also go and take Bolekaja and go to your display. And when you get there, you don't care about it. We stand on principles. Okay? So, but we must win election. So when an influential person wants to come, or somebody with experience wants to come, he must follow the pattern that we have.
Okay, as we begin to wrap up, so there are speculations that even at that time, and I don't know whether you want to make a comment on that, that the current president, President Tinubu, was actually even interested in coming to the party if he had missed the APC ticket.
He wrote so in the papers. They say he wrote in the papers, he said Plan B, and I remember going to meet Shehu, who was the secretary at that time, and Shehu Gabam.
Oh, okay.
Who is now because
when you were the chairman.
Yes.
And Gabam was the secretary.
And Gabam told me that, are you going to say that he did not talk to us? Are you going to say, no, we're not Plan B? Okay? That this is free advert for us. Okay? But now, for instance, I've been hearing that they say Atiku is coming. Atiku and I are friends from the time he was, if you remember, when he was vice president. Yemi Ogunbiyi and I always had breakfast in his house, even though I was SA or minister at that time. Okay? And then we will go to his house, whether you see him or not, we will enter and eat and go away. Okay?
And then you later became minister.
Then became minister. Minister was still doing so until there was an open fight
between the president and the vice president.
So you didn't want to look and see, because at that time, no minutes would be read to it.
Okay? Yeah, before the fight, there was no minute to
after the fight, we kept our distance just not to get libeled. Okay? But we were still friends. He still spoke to me about 1 week or less ago. He didn't say I am coming. Okay? But I cannot go to papers and say, all that rumor you are hearing, I think he's not coming. So these people came to us to say, if Obi come, will you take him? Of course, we told them yes. Okay? I was in that meeting. Okay? All right? Then some of them are still with us. Okay? Saying that they are preparing ground, they are doing something, but you have to join SDP. You cannot be in Labour Party and come and be telling us Obi is coming without joining us. Otherwise, you can't open our doors for you.
Right.
Okay? But Obi may have no plan to come. Okay? And he may want to come. So people do all of this, but where we stand is that we must do well in our own platform. We will not allow people to come and sweep the people out from the place, okay? But we must synergize. We must maximize the opportunities. Because these are people with a lot of experience, okay? Whatever anybody wants to say about El-Rufai, you cannot take his experience away. You cannot take his expertise away. You cannot take his energies away. And he has money. Because anybody who can win election has money.
Resources.
Whether he's able to raise it or he had it from inheritance, okay? So if he comes and joins the party, it's a plus. But we must find a way to work together with him.
Yeah, okay. Which is my final question then. So, when you then have all these quote-unquote big wigs that have contending interests, we know that Atiku wanted to be president. Peter Obi, who you said his people have come to you want to be president. Who knows whether Rufai wants to be president? Kwakwanso wants to be president. And then there's even Adebayo Adewale, who is who was the presidential candidate. I think has even indicated that he's going to run again. So how do you intend to organize the party to manage all these disparate interests and still be able to come together? It's a challenge, isn't it?
It is. And then I believe that people who say, "Oh, don't worry, we fix it," we know they're lying to you. Okay. It's a very delicate, intricate issue. And I can quickly remind you that possibilities like this happened 2 times cycle away. When the so-called CUPP was planning,
right,
they got it wrong. They came together first, signed MOU, but what are we going to do? There was no plan. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. They had come in from the era of AOBJJ or OBJ. Okay? Any other body but
any other person but Jonathan. AOBJ. Yeah.
So, but that they got anybody at the end of it. But they didn't get anything. So they started by putting people together. 39 parties and MOU in the public.
Under the CUPP?
Yes. Okay, they were powerful. So after they got together, they said, okay, well, what are we going to do? So they started to do blueprint and so on, okay, to say these are the principles and objectives that we will do.
Right.
Okay, so that is like putting the cart before the horse, okay, because they should have done that before they came together.
Right.
Then now that we did come together, there are 10, 20 presidential candidates. How do we select? How do we do this?
So
that process was done wrongly, and they failed. Which kind of situation do we want? We need to strengthen all the structures in SDP. Okay? All right? Not import structures. Okay? We need to strengthen them. We need to preserve the integrity of SDP. Because once there's no honesty in the game, and somebody is trading this and trading that, some people will make money, but that system will collapse. Then now, finally, we need to have a situation where everybody has his own responsibility. Our own number one responsibility, which can help the convergence, okay?
Right.
Okay. Because they have come, we are not going to merge. Merging is where they say, change your name or do something, or give us a clean slate. We're giving nobody any clean slate.
You already have a slate.
We have the slate, so we're not cleaning it to give to anyone, okay? But we must be honest. We must deal honestly, okay? It is only when we are all honest that Peter Obi can sit down, Adewale can sit down, Atiku can sit down. We have 8 presidents.
Presidential aspirants.
Yes. All right. Let me use 8. It could be 10, but they just call it 8.
Right.
And 7 of them are on our platform. That platform cannot give 7 candidates out. If we take money to go and give it to the worst of them, we lose. If they go away and they form their own party to contest against Tinubu will win the election with 20% of the vote, and the 7 of them will lose with 80% of the vote. That is not what you want. Okay? So if they like to put INEC inside pocket okay, and be doing something, it will not get anywhere.
If you get it
Because
right.
we will be everywhere, and just imagine the resources that will come together, okay? Yeah, so many things have been marked. They will march, Amechi too is coming, according to what we are hearing, okay? But Amechi has not spoken to anybody in the office, okay? But the people, speculators are already marching Amechi with Balami, marching this with this. Okay? If you do it that way, it will not work.
So, is SDP going to zone the presidency to the south or to the north, or you're going to open it for everybody?
Sir, honestly, I would say I don't think so, okay? But it is not what it will be as I want. If all of us sit down to say that, because if Nigeria works well, how do you want to worry whether president is from Yola or from the state? Okay, so when we get to that, we will do so. But what we know now is that we are doing north to do, south to do. Now Southwest is doing, and that's what we're doing at the moment. And the results is nothing. You don't get the south, the north suffered more in the 8 years of
northern.
Yes. Okay, and Buhari is not a lazy man. It's not that his government that he produced is upside down. The same thing we are seeing here now. Part of the reason why people are angry with Tinubu is this is a magician. He touches this, will be fine. He's touching petrol, it goes up. He touches the unemployment, it becomes bigger unemployment. Okay, so that is what everybody is saying. Then look at he should be able to resolve all that funny work in this day. But it became, they are blowing pipeline, and you have to do this. Then now, the backlash on that will be more worse than what he tried to solve.
Well. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Agunloye, for your contributions, right all the way from 1988 when you were commercial, and then of course you became special advisor, federal minister, and now national secretary of the party. I can say that I know that you are a person of integrity, and so I am delighted that people like you are in politics. We need more people who love the country, and people who are honest, and people who have integrity. So thank you for your contributions, and thank you for coming to Inside Sources.
Thank you very much.
All right.